This video reviews some of the factors to consider when putting together a class schedule. Basically, you'll be doing this during orientation and the ed drop period in Madrid. But it's also a good idea to get a jump start on the process to avoid possible last-minute stress. Timetables in Spain are not designed for the visiting student, but rather the local degree-seeking student. So it's important to remember how local students are organized. As you recall from the video on the Spanish academic system, local students follow a fixed study plan and are divided into groups. These students will receive their schedule of classes each semester already planned out for them. They cannot choose to study with a specific professor or select a different class section. The only exception to this are the elective courses that are usually offered in the same block of time so as to not conflict with requirements. Thus, local students never actually have to work out complicated schedules. You also need to know that class scheduling does not follow the same format throughout the whole university. Each degree program or school structures their timetables to their own needs, since crossovers between majors are not common. Some schools will organize their classes in 2-hour blocks and other 90-minute blocks. Some classes will meet on alternative days of the week and others on consecutive days. So how does this affect a student such as yourself that can take classes from different degree programs, years, and even schools? In the first place, be ready to spend some time on this, as you will typically run into scheduling conflicts. Begin by preparing a list of courses you're interested in taking. Include the school, the degree program, and the year it belongs to. This information will be vital when looking for the schedule. Then you will need to enter the different school websites and seek out horarios or class schedules for each degree program that corresponds to your selected course. Here you have schedules grouped by the year and semester of each major, and then subdivided into different class sections or groups. The meeting times will be posted in a timetable format that includes all the classes to be taken by a local student pertaining to that specific group, or a general list compiling all the classes by year and semester. Write down the days and hours of the given class in each group timetable. Note you cannot attend classes from a mix of sections. That is to say, you cannot take a Group B class on Tuesday and a Group A class on Thursday. Once you write down the schedules of the different sections, go back to the beginning and repeat the process for the remainder of the classes you've chosen. Some students prefer to just flip through class schedules, write down the titles of the classes that sound interesting, and then go back to the syllabi to see if they're feasible. Whatever works best for you. Here are some quick observations. Semestre or cuatrimestre mean exactly the same thing. Semestre. Primer semestre or cuatrimestre means fall semester. Segundo semestre, cuatrimestre means spring. The days of the week are abbreviated by the first letter of the day. For example, L is for lunes, M is for martes, etc. Miércoles or Wednesday, however, is referred to as X. Class hours are expressed in military time, so after 12 noon, you will need to add 12 hours. In other words, 11 means 11 a.m., and 18:30 means 6:30 p.m. It is also important to know that the class breaks are implied, meaning if you take back-to-back classes within the same school, there will be a 10-minute break between these. For example, you can take an 8 to 10 class and then a 10 to 12 class, since you will have a 10-minute break between the two classes to switch rooms or run for a coffee. This break is normally not reflected in the schedules. And of course, keep in mind that if you need to change campuses, you will need to allot 60 to 90 minutes of travel time. In increased cases, the universities are beginning to publish the meeting times of all the different sections of a given course in the syllabus or on an Excel sheet in order to help the foreign students find classes. If this is available, designing a schedule will be much easier. We also highly recommend you take at least 2 classes within the same group of students and year. This not only eases scheduling, but offers other advantages. Remember that after years of studying together, students form tight bonds. By attending more than one class with the same group, it will be easier for you to enter a social circle. Your peers will become a valuable source of information, from sharing notes and including you in group projects, to letting you know of unexpected changes announced in the previous class, such as a classroom change or if a professor calls in sick. When this happens, students normally are not informed by email, but rather told verbally at a previous hour. There are also obvious social advantages to making local friends. It will force you to use your Spanish more, as well as enrich your study abroad experience overall. And let's be honest, sometimes it's hard to make local friends. So if this is a priority for you, it could be a great gateway towards stronger cultural inclusion. In addition to designing your schedule, we will ask you to find class backups, simply because once attending class, you might find that some are not a good fit. Ideally, you should research this a bit before coming to Spain, so it will give you time to ask your dean about these alternatives. During the add-drop period, or the first 2-3 weeks of class, we recommend you attend not only all your first class choices, but the backups as well. In this way, you'll be able to determine which classes are best for you. Often, students find that professors do not speak clearly or speak too fast, or that the content of class isn't what they expected. And many times they prefer registering for their backups. So it's a good idea to work with all your options from the very start so you can finalize your schedule promptly. The video tutorial on navigating your university website will point out where the schedules can be found. You can start looking at these before arriving to Madrid to get a general idea of whether your initial plan will be feasible. However, expect some last-minute changes in class schedules. For this reason, most students prefer to focus on this task once on site. They also like to consult course evaluations from the previous years to help them select alternative classes. Final schedules will need to be determined by the end of the add-drop period, at which point formal registration will take place, and we will guide you on this process. I hope this quick review puts you at ease and answers some of your questions. Remember, this will be our main focus during the on-site orientation, and you will have more resources available to help you make final decisions.